So, good afternoon. This is practice Pythagorean theorem models. I'm going to go through a couple of examples so you can do your prove it problems. So, would the three squares with a given side length form a right triangle? Why or why not? So, I have sides. What I'm going to do from the first one, it says the sum of the area of the two smaller squares. If it equals the larger area, then it'll form a right triangle. So I have an edge of a square. I'm going to find the area by squaring it. So that's 64 centimeters squared. I'm going to square the next one, which is 225 centimeters squared. I'm going to add 64 and 225, and I'm going to get 289. I'm then going to, those are the two smaller squares. Then I'm going to take the larger square and I'm going to find the area, and 17 times 17 is 289 centimeters squared. And these match, so that is a yes. Would the three squares with a given side length form a right triangle? I have side lengths, I need to find areas. This is 49 centimeters squared because I did 7 times 7. 23 squared is 529 centimeters squared. Those are the two smaller squares. The larger square is 625 centimeters squared. So I'm going to take 49 and add it to 529. That look like a 529? Yes, it does. And when I do that, that's 578. 578 does not equal 625, so that would be a no. Would the three squares with a given side length form a right triangle? I have the side. To get inside a square, I square it. That's 144. 16 squared is 256 centimeters squared, and 20 squared is 400 centimeters squared. 144 plus 256 is 400. And that 400 matches that 400, so that's a yes. They can be looking like a triangle would fit there, or they could be side by side. I have three squares with given side length. Actually, it's not given side, it's given areas, because these are all, that's a mistake in the printout. These are areas because they're centimeters squared, and centimeters squared. So it says add the areas of the two smaller. 12 plus 13 is 25. And it's got to equal the area of the larger, which is 20. That does not equal, so that is a no. Would the three squares with the given area form a right triangle? I find, here's the side, here's the right angle. This would be 49 as in 7 squared. This would be 576 centimeters squared. And this would be 625 centimeters squared. 49 plus 576 is 625, which is the same as this, so that would be a yes. What would be the length of the leg that is missing? This is 9, this is 25. When I have the hypotenuse and I have a leg, I'm going to subtract. 25 minus 9 equals 16, so a 16 goes there. It says the length of the leg. I'm inside a square. To get out of a square, I need to take the square root, so that's 4. So that's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. What would be the length of the hypotenuse? 5 is a side length. Area is 5 centimeters squared. 12 is 144 centimeters squared. 25 plus 144 is 169. 169 centimeters squared, because the area of the two smaller squares is equal to the area of the larger square. It wants the length of the hypotenuse. In order to get the side of a square, I need to take the square root, which is 13, and so the sides of that square is 13. This will conclude the practice problems. You will do the prove it problems through models and turn in for this folder.